In my previous video, I explained how to approach the plan to your 90-word writing task. In this video, I'm going to write my task with you so you can see how to use your plan to create your answer. This was the question that we'd been given. Votre destination de vacances préférée, your favorite holiday destination, vos activités en vacances, your activities on holiday, des vacances récentes, your recent holidays, où vous voulez visiter à l'avenir, where you would like to visit in the future. So we discussed that this bullet point is looking for opinions. This one's looking for descriptions. This one's very importantly looking at the past tense, and this one is looking at the future or the conditional. And we also noted that we needed to write about 90 words, not much more, not much less. We also said that you don't need to answer each bullet point to the same amount. If you don't want to, you could do one sentence for one and 4 sentences for the other, but ideally you will answer approximately 3 sentences per bullet point. This was the plan that I did in my last video for you. I'm now going to use this plan to help me construct each paragraph. So the first one, my destination. Okay, I'm going to be giving my opinions. So I said that I'm just going to start with this first sentence. So, ma destination de vacances préférée, I've just copied that straight from the question. Obviously, I've changed the votre to ma. Any noun in French that ends in ion is always going to be feminine. Always, always, always. So destination, éducation, émotion, télévision. If they end in ion, they're going to be feminine. So if we want to say my, it's going to be ma. So I've changed the votre to ma, and then I've just written et la France. And I chose France because it was one that I knew. And then I'm going to give my opinion. Why is my favourite holiday destination France? À mon avis, la France est vraiment pittoresque. So in my opinion, France is really picturesque. So I've used vraiment here, which just gives a little bit more information, gives us a few more points. You don't need to add that if you don't want to. And then I said, could you do a comparison? Now, I'd already made my notes. I prefer France because it's beautiful, the weather is good. Je préfère la France parce qu'il fait beau. But here, I've been able to make a comparison. Il fait plus beau en France qu'en Angleterre. So I've just said I prefer France because it is the weather is more beautiful in France than England. If you can't do the comparison, don't do the comparison. Just stop with Je préfère la France parce qu'il fait beau. That's fine. If you can do the comparison, put the comparison in there, and that's extra points for you. So that's our first paragraph done. That's 31 words. Without the comparison, you might have written about 25 words. That is more than enough. We're done. On to the next one. So now we're writing about descriptions. Okay, we're talking about what we do on our holidays, our activities on holidays. So I've got a few opinions, I've got a few fancy activities, and I've got a few time phrases to use. So my first sentence is going to be en vacances. I've taken that straight from the question, en vacances. I don't need to think about it, I can just copy it. En vacances, j'aime faire la planche à voile, mais je ne suis pas fan de l'escalade. So, as I've said, I've copied it. J'aime faire, so I like to do. So we've got 2 verbs together, the second and the infinitive. Windsurfing. And then I've extended my sentence by using but. Je ne suis pas fan de l'escalade. I am not a fan of climbing. So I've given a positive and a negative. Always useful to give a negative if you can, because it will extend your sentences a little bit. My next part of this would be normalement, je joue au foot avec ma famille et de temps en temps, je joue au tennis avec ma sœur. So I've used two present tense verbs. They're pretty boring. And I've used two simple sports, language that you'll have learnt in year 7. And then I've simply just added in some time phrases, normalement, de temps en temps, and I've used a conjunction, est. So I've used pretty simple language, but I've just popped it together in quite a long extended phrase. I'm showing the examiner that I know time phrases, I'm showing them that I can do present tense with an ER verb, and I've just shown them some simple vocabulary. So in this quite straightforward paragraph, I've got 38 words, which is quite a lot. It doesn't need to be this long. Moving on to our next paragraph, the past tense. I have already thought about the past tenses that I know how to use. If I don't know how to write these in the past tense, I simply will not write them. I will only choose past tenses that I am sure of exactly how to write them. So my first sentence is going to be Récemment, je suis allée en France avec ma famille. So recently, I went to France with my family. So I've got one past tense here, je suis allée. So I'm showing the examiner I can do past tense already. I'm off to a running start. J'ai mangé des croissants et nous avons nagé dans la piscine. If you see, I'm just using my language from my plan. I'm not making anything new up. I'm using exactly what I've planned to say. J'ai mangé, past tense, I ate. Nous avons nagé, we swam. So now I've got 3 lots of past tense already in my text. Absolutely fabulous. And I'm just going to give an opinion on the end. Why not? And it also uses the imperfect. C'était génial. That's 23 words, 4 variants of the past tense, an être verb as well in there, and I've used a nous form of avoir as well. So very straightforward, but I've ticked all the boxes. Now I'm going to do my future and conditional. I've already planned out the verbs that I'm going to use. I'm not going to use anything different. I'm going to use those ones because I know how to form them. I'm not going to start imagining some ideal scenarios that I would love to write about in English and then try and put them into French. No, no, no. I'm going to think about what I know how to write in French and I'm going to make that my text. So, à l'avenir, I've used this straight from the question. À l'avenir, je voudrais visiter l'Italie. So I've got my conditional here. Je voudrais visiter l'Italie. In the future, I would like to visit Italy. J'aimerais voir Rome. So I've got another conditional with an infinitive in there. Je vais manger beaucoup de glace. So I've got a future tense there. And at the moment, everything is je. So I've changed it up a bit. And my last sentence here is ma mère va manger. So my mum is going to eat pizza parce qu'elle adore la pizza. So here you'll see I've got a present tense. So I've got my mum is going to eat pizza because she loves pizza. So lots of conditionals, one present tense. Where are you going to go in the future? I've explained my answer. I've got 31 words. Now, if you've been counting, that's quite a lot of words, isn't it? So potentially, I think I don't need to say this. Now I've counted my words. I've probably got a few too many. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty confident that that's accurate French, so I could put it in. However, if there's something that you're not confident isn't accurate, you can just miss that out if you've got enough words that you do believe are accurate. So I'm simply going to put this all together so you can see it. And I'm just going to highlight my verbs for you so that you can see the key elements of the verbs in my text. So, ma destination de vacances préférée est la France. À mon avis, la France est vraiment pittoresque. Je préfère la France parce qu'il fait plus beau en France qu'en Angleterre. My favourite holiday destination is France. In my opinion, France is really picturesque. I prefer France because the weather is more beautiful in France than in England. Second bullet point. En vacances, j'aime faire la planche à voile, mais je ne suis pas fan de l'escalade. Normalement, je joue au foot avec ma famille et de temps en temps, je joue au tennis avec ma sœur. On holiday, I like to do windsurfing, but I'm not a fan of climbing. Normally, I play football with my family, and from time to time, I play tennis with my sister. Récemment, I'm going to change now to past tense. Je suis allée en France avec ma famille. J'ai mangé des poissons et nous avons nagé dans la piscine. C'était génial. So recently, I went to France with my family, I ate croissant and we swam in the swimming pool. It was great. And then our final paragraph. À l'avenir, je voudrais visiter l'Italie. I've missed out the Rome part because I don't need it. And then I've just gone straight onto the future tense. Je vais manger beaucoup de glace. Ma mère va manger la pizza parce que elle adore la pizza. So I've highlighted 3 different colours there because you've got in the future I would like to visit is the conditional, Italy. I am going to eat, future tense, a lot of ice cream. My mother is going to eat, future tense, pizza because she loves, present tense, Italian pizza. So as you can see now, we've got approximately 100 words. I've answered all 4 bullet points. I've used all the tenses that they've asked me to use. I've not written anything that I don't understand. I've only written sentences that I know are accurate. And I've created my sentences using language that I know to be accurate. I've not actually thought about what is my favourite holiday because my favourite holiday would be sunbathing in the Seychelles and eating quite a lot of seafood. However, I don't know how to say that in French. So I'm simply going to go to France with my family and I'm going to play football and tennis because I can say that in French and I know it's accurate, and that will get me top marks with the examiner. In my next video, I'm going to mark this as the examiner would mark it to show you how to get the points. But for the time being, félicitations! You've completed a 90-word question.